What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are here for another Marvel Avengers Endgame unboxing. I don't know why this doesn't say Endgame. It just says Avengers. But we have Ronin, who we meet for the very first time in the MCU in Endgame, and the Infinity War Black Widow for some comparisons. I've got some other Avengers figures here as well. But we will start with Hawkeye's best buddy, Natasha, and then we'll go from there. But here we go. Here's Ronin. Very ninja-esque. Two weapons. I don't want to call them both katanas because I know that that's wrong. One's a katana and one's wakizashi, something. I'd have to Google it. My apologies if you are familiar with Japanese culture and I butchered it. Please don't hate me. There he is, looking cool. And this is the, this is the Endgame wave number 1 because this is Endgame, this Captain America is Endgame, Ronin is Endgame, but Ebony Maw is Infinity War. And then these 4 random dudes in this wave that everyone's griping about, but whatever. Figs are figs. Can't win them all. Well, you could, but so similar. If you went and watched my review of Ebony Maw, similar to that figure that's missing, the 2-pack with Loki and Corvus Glaive, the 2-pack that contains Barton, Hawkeye, and Black Widow, that also is not in Canada either. Nowhere to be found. So to get an unmasked Hawkeye and the newer Black Widow with the red hair, I don't have it. I can't get it. It's not in Canada. No retailer has any signs of getting it, so I'm gonna have to eBay it up or something. When this wave came out, I got very worried because I didn't make it to on release date. I think the release date was like a Sunday, so I couldn't make it. And when I finally got to the store, all the Ronins were gone. They had 2 cases that they got at Toys R Us, and both Ronins were completely gone. So I started to panic. I got one from a contact on a Facebook group, and then I ended up having a friend hook me up. Much big thanks to the homie on Instagram. Hooked it up. But I ended up having 2, so I had to return one because I don't need 2. As cool as this figure is. This looks familiar. Where have we seen this before? Alright. Here is Ronin. The thing on his back will hold one of them or both of them. I hope it holds both of them because that would be super cool. I think it's only going to hold one though. Oh, prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. I wouldn't mind. Yes. I'm doing something wrong. There's too much pressure. What am I doing wrong here, Barton? So it's got this kind of shape to it, so it should just be a simple matter of something like this. Maybe this one goes in. Oh, that seems easier. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like they should fit, but I kind of think I've jammed them in. I don't feel like I should be having to put this much pressure on it. Anyway, the hood is removable. Very easily removed. There's nothing holding it down, which is okay, not a big deal. But there's the outfit. That's interesting. Extra holes. Only one peg to hold it in place, though. This is very interesting. Good range of motion down, good range of motion up. A little bit of a swivel. Should have good range of motion all over this figure if he's a ninja, right? Basically a ninja. Good. All the way up. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. We've got normal pivoting of the wrists, as we've come to expect. We'll do one of these. It's in the trailer, right? The hands are interesting. I think this is a new sculpt. These hands are very stiff, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Pretty sure that's a new sculpt. I've never seen it before, and although I don't have all the MCU figures, I'm getting close. And I have not seen this before, so yeah, let's do one of these. Let's clean the sword with our elbow, because it looks cool. There you go, he's cleaning the sword with his elbow. Underneath this jacket that does open. Okay, let's do it. What the heck? Let's just go for it. Take that. That came off really easy. And now this opens over here. 2 pegs. No big deal. I guess that's going to be it though. Huh. Do I have to take his head off to get this off? I wonder. This is where sometimes it helps before I do these reviews that I watch someone else's review to see if they've done this and if it's worth doing. You can basically see what the sculpt underneath looks like. It's got an ab crunch. That doesn't want to work for me. Oh, is it not ab crunch? Looks like it. Just doesn't want to go. Feels like it's locked in. Yeah, it doesn't want to crunch at all for me. And a waist swivel. So that's the information we needed to know. I don't think I'm going to take them. They're all the way apart because I always worry about not being able to get them back together. Or like the material wears out just because you undo it the one time. You know what I mean? The hips only go out so far. It's interesting. It's not very karate ninja-esque to only be able to kick that far. We do get upper thigh cut. We do get double jointed knees. We don't get any boot cut. The toes point up this far and down this far. And oh look, more details. And of course, ankle swivel there. It's got this little dagger detail here. I like that. That means this is fresh, new design, new sculpts. Always exciting to get new sculpts. Let's try this again. Let's put this back on. I want to figure, actually no, let's not put this on. Let's try to figure these guys out. I don't understand why I was having trouble with this. It's probably just an ID10T error. That looks good. That looks okay, but there's not a lot of space for this guy. I guess if I leave it like this, that's okay. But I'm worried about this one getting bent over time, because it looks like I'm putting too much pressure on it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave one in there and he can hold the other one. Oh look, this one falls through. So it's not designed for the little one, it's just designed for the big one. I guess that makes sense. So he's gonna hold the little one and we'll leave the big one in there. There we go. This is cool. It's too bad this is one per case because this would be a great start for a ninja army, Marvel Legends ninja army. But army building a one per case figure is less than ideal. Less than ideal. Very expensive, in my opinion. If you've got the money, by all means, go right ahead. But if you're like most of us, it's going to be very cost prohibitive. All right, we need some comparisons. So here he is, next to Infinity War, Black Widow. Best buds. Just gotta get that 2-pack. Just the accessories. I don't even need the white jumpsuits from Endgame. Just need the correct head sculpts, and then I could use this, and it'd look like Hawkeye instead of like Ronin. And then we'd have this one as well. So we've also got Tony Stark in the Mark 50 armor from Infinity War. Definitely looking forward to getting the Mark 85 armor, even though it's very similar. It's fine, I don't really care. Still want to check it out. I've got Captain America. This is the first 10 years Captain America, but I would say it's probably the best one we've gotten so far, even though there have been a bunch of them. And last but certainly not least, I wanted to bring in on this clip here the God of Thunder. Here he is. There's the mighty Thor. All right, that's all I got. Very nice to get this Ronin. I enjoy this figure. Definitely going to use him for photography, some cool poses and stuff. But yeah, get out there and get him. Him and Ebony Maw are the hot items from this wave. All right, that's all I got. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Be excellent to each other, and we will see you next time.